Hey everyone, off the mic Sports Network here. I guess you could call it an emergency edition of Cavs thoughts. I didn't think that I'd be doing this after a game against the Detroit Pistons. Shout out Lane, your boys are coming. Like the Pistons are for real. Let's get real, and I give a ton of credit to JB Bickerstaff. Gets fired by the Cavs, goes to the Pistons. The Pistons, one of the worst teams in basketball. They're 25-25 this year. Like that is remarkable given how bad the Pistons have been for the last couple of seasons. So JB Bickerstaff, let's clear this up for Cavs fans who want to shit on JB Bickerstaff for how good Kenny Atkinson has handled this season. JB Bickerstaff was good for where the Cavs were a few years ago, and that's the spot that the Pistons are in now. They're a young team. They need a coach to kind of right and steady the ship, bring in a culture, and get them to the next phase. He's got a ceiling to him, but he's a good coach. And he got the Cavs to the second round of the playoffs. Kenny Atkinson, on the other hand, he's been with the Warriors. He's had experience in the NBA. This guy's been coaching at a high level for a long time. He can get them to the next level, and you've seen that already. The Cavs now 40-10. They're now 40-10 or 41-10, I think, because they won the other they lost the other night. So I think that would make the Pistons 25-26. I think I'm looking at an old box score that had probably is not refreshed. But the point is, the Cavs escape in this game. The Cavs were up in this game, coming down the stretch of this game, and I think it was up by 8 points. Jared Allen gets a flagrant two, gets thrown out of the game for a high screen up on Azar Thompson, and everything got away from the Cavs, and they get a controversial foul call on a three. Cade Cunningham barely makes the third of three free throws, ties the game at 1:15, and with 5 seconds left, Darius Garland goes up the court, pulls up from about 35 feet, and cans a three-pointer at the buzzer. Darius Garland goes for 25 in this game. Evan Mobley woke up. He obviously paid attention to this show. 39-7, 10 of 16 from the floor. No Donovan Mitchell in this game. It's the second night of a back-to-back. I don't blame them. But a couple things here on the Cavs before I head out of here. First of all, like I said, Detroit is a really good team, and you cannot let up an inch on anybody in these games. Otherwise, you're going to blow a lead, and potentially this almost went to overtime. But with the Cavs, one of the big stories, obviously Evan Mobley's development has been remarkable, and he is one of their most important players. I talked about that in my post video after losing to the Celtics on Tuesday night. But Darius Garland's evolution and sort of metamorphosis and maturation into this superstar that everybody, because if you remember back over the summer, there was a lot of clamoring for the Cavs to make a move and break up this core four that they had and do something different. And then there was speculation that Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell didn't get along. They wanted to trade Jared Allen. All this other stuff was going on. And they stayed the course. They hired Kenny Atkinson, and now here they are, best team in the NBA, or one of the best teams in the NBA, depending on how you feel about the Thunder. But Darius Garland has turned into a big shot maker, a big shot taker. He made some big shots in this game, including the game winner, goes for 25. And that's the thing that they were sorely missing last year was when it came to be they needed a bucket, it was always on Donovan Mitchell to save them. And now they don't really have to do that anymore because Darius Garland is there and he's playing at the level he did a few years ago when this Cavs team was kind of on the rise. He broke his jaw last year. He wasn't able to chew solid food for a long time, and he never recovered mentally or physically from that, and that's really affected his performance. So he's gotten a reset. He's really been able to take over and kind of grow up a little bit. And I think that's a big part of why this Cavs team has been so good this year is that it's not all Donovan Mitchell anymore. It's a more cohesive offense. They're good defensively. Obviously, Jared Allen's taken a step. Evan Mobley's taken a step. But then, especially when it comes to guard play, and when you have a talent as big as Donovan Mitchell, when you've got somebody like Darius Garland who can dominate the ball and get his own shot and make big plays. To see him get a big moment like this with Donovan Mitchell sitting out of this game, especially when the Cavs almost looked like they were going to blow this game to Detroit, it's a big win for the Cavs. This Cavs team is freaking magical. It's a special group. And to see the maturation of this young man, Darius Garland, who has been around for a while, but especially after all the crap that he took in the offseason, and it was potentially rumored to be like I heard New Orleans, I heard a lot of these other places that maybe they were going to try and use him to get another piece because it wasn't going to work with Donovan Mitchell. Stays the course, finds his own place, and he's had an all-star level season as well for the Cavs. So big win for the Cavs. We're heading towards the All-Star break. A lot of NBA trades. We'll see. Do the Cavs, despite getting out with a win in this one, do they tempt themselves and go make a move? Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.